Hey, what's going on, everyone? Jarrell Solis coming back to you from Confidence Pest Control. And as always, I just want to say thank you so much for hitting that play button. Hopefully, giving me a like and a subscribe because I am trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to help as many people as possible. That is 100% my goal, is to help you grow your business this year, next year, or whenever you start, or whenever you realize that you do want to really grow. Um, so hopefully you find some valuable information and I can continue to help you. And if there's ever anything that you guys want to hear about or any questions you might have, feel free to reach out, drop it in the comments, and I'll do my best to make a video on all that. With that all being said, today I'm going to be talking about some marketing ideas to help you grow your business this year in 2025. And before I jump into it, I want to preface it with a couple of things. One, understanding that marketing is a long-term game. It's very similar to going to the gym. It's going to be delayed gratification. You have to understand that you can't just leave a door hanger on 100 doors and, oh yeah, you're getting 100 customers. That's not how it works. And even whenever it comes to the digital side or traditional marketing like door hangers and things like that, um, it's going to take some time. So whenever you, just in the future, know that whenever you do get a marketing company and you start doing SEO and different things like that, it's not instant. It's all delayed gratification. So you can't go to the gym 3 or 4 times, in 1 month and expect to have an entirely new body. Just like you can't expect to do 1 or 2 things for marketing and it's going to change your entire business in the next 2 or 3 weeks. That's just not how it works. So set the expectations for your customers, like I said in the last video, but as well as for yourself, and understand that it is a long-term game. But if you're patient and you do all those right things, it will definitely pay off down the road, and you're going to see it just explode and grow. So keep that in mind. The second thing I want to preface with is creating the avatar. And by that, I mean finding out and creating the ideal customer that you want to sell to. Because believe it or not, I mean, in the beginning, you're, as a business owner, you're going to say, hey, I want to sell to anyone and everyone. But I'm telling you right now, when you have a specific kind of person that you're trying to market to, marketing and selling to them, it just becomes very, very easy. If you want to be the lowest in the area, you can grow quickly with being the lowest price, but understand the kind of customer you're going to get. You can be the most expensive. Again, understand what kind of customer you're going to get. Understand the work that's going to go into that. There's people who have said either be the lowest or the highest, never in between. I completely disagree with that. Be comparable with everyone and then differentiate yourself, especially in the beginning. And then later on, then you can bump your prices up and you can become that premium company. But in the beginning, you might need to just, hey, be in with the pack just to try to compete, because there's going to be a lot of the big O's and the big T's in the world that they've got a reputation. People know who they are, and so why would they go with this one-star company that knows, that they know nothing about, that's charging, $300 a quarter, when they can go with a well-branded and even even though it's a corporate company, they can go with someone like that for half the price. So understand your market, understand your avatar. Do you want to be the guy who sells pest control to a do-it-yourself, type of customer? I mean, you can certainly you can try to tailor it towards them, but if they're the DIYers, then you kind of know that they're going to choose to do it themselves. You can have you can try to target, an older generation, some of the older people in the community. You might have good luck with that. You might target the younger generation or apartments, or the list goes on and on, but find your avatar is all I'm saying. Find the people that you want to sell to. That, I mean, and especially if you've been a technician for some time, then that all the different type of people that your business services and the different kind of customers that you have, And so even as a technician, before you turn into a business owner, you kind of realize, or once you see a name, you say, oh yeah, I enjoy going to their home. And it might just because they're really, really laid back. Hey, just do the outside, don't even let me know. Just do your thing and then be about, go about your business and be on your way. I love those customers personally. So again, finding your avatar is very, very important for marketing and how you want to market. And so with that all being said, I'm going to jump right into the marketing side of things that I think you can do to help grow your business. And keep in mind, this is going to be a little bit of the traditional marketing. I don't have a whole lot of experience in Google LSAs or pay-per-click or anything like that. But if you guys stick with me this year, I promise you I'll be able to make more videos about that, because that's absolutely something that I'm working on even as we speak, so that I can start doing some more paid ads and more on the digital side, so that I can get more customers. And with that being said as well, you can easily grow your business with maybe one thing. If you only want to do digital, then that's fine. Know that it's going to take a little bit more time, and that there might be a little bit more that goes into it, but you can do it. But you would grow your business a lot more if you did digital plus traditional. And you have, I mean, think about it like going fishing. When you have a bunch of lines in the water, there's a higher probability or that you're going to catch more fish. So you want to do the same thing with marketing. You want to have door hangers and sponsorship, and you want to have LSAs and social media ads, and you want to have content. You want to have something, all over there, so you can have more reach and just get in front of more people. That is one of the things that you want to do. And so for traditional marketing, you're going to use things like I said earlier, door hangers, yard signs, just going door to door, sponsorship, mailers, things like that. I don't have experience with mailers. I've heard great things if you do them the right way. Maybe I'll give that a shot. As my business grows, I'm definitely going to invest more into the marketing and more into different things, so that I can, one, see if it works for me, and then two, pass that information on to you guys, that to help you grow as well. I don't mind being the test dummy, because someone's got to do it, and it's my way to learn. um, so let's jump into door to door, and not door to door sales, because when I'm talking about door to door right now, I'm just talking about kind of door to door marketing. And don't get me wrong, if you do door to door sales, that can be that's one of the easiest ways to grow your business, one of the quickest ways to grow your business, and have a really dense route, have a really good area. So I always recommend that. But I understand that maybe some of you aren't door knockers like myself. I'm not a door knocker. It's a learned thing that I'm doing. But you can grow your business that way. But so when I'm talking about door to door marketing right now, is guerrilla type marketing. Um, one of the ways that I did it, well, let me rewind a little bit. And one of the good things about the door to door marketing is that it gives you a feel of what it's like to do door to door sales, but you're not really going too far into the sales process. Your goal with door to door marketing and guerrilla marketing is to target a specific neighborhood and just knock on all those doors. And you don't really have to spend more than 10 to 15 seconds at that door. Now, don't get me wrong, if a customer is there and they're interested in what you have to say, be ready to make that sale right there. But your goal right here is just to try to get comfortable with knocking on doors, cold knocking on doors, and getting in front of people, just to get past that initial fear of what it's going to be like whenever you do decide to do door-to-door sales. So, for example, for me, this is one thing that I did a lot this past year. I would go and I would knock on doors, and I would introduce myself. Hello, my name is Jarrell Solis. I'm so sorry for bothering you. I own a local pest control business in the area, and all I'm trying to do is just spread the word. Is it all right if I leave a business card with you? Keep it short, sweet, to the point. The customer, 9 times out of 10, well, for me, it's been 10 out of 10 times. I haven't had anyone tell me that they wouldn't take a card. as long as you're professional, and you're kind, you're personable, you respect their time and respect that you just interrupted their day. So for me, I say, hey, I'm sorry to bother you. All I'm trying to do is just spread the word. I'm a local business owner. Is it all right if I leave you a business card? Give them the option. Say, is it okay if I leave you a business card? They're not going to say no. Don't leave one. Or if they do, then just don't leave one. We'll go, shake it off and go to the next house. But 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, yeah, sure, take the card. And you say, have a wonderful day. And you don't have to go too much further into the sales process. You can just go to the next house. It's great because the customer, one, they appreciate that you're not trying to sell them, that you're not trying to take a lot of their time and sell them. You don't know them, so they can appreciate you just dropping by, saying hello. And as a small business owner, local business owner, you're just trying to spread the word. You're not trying to do anything too crazy. So, you know, you're really not upsetting anyone. And for you, you left a great impression and you brought some awareness to your business. They weren't looking for you on Facebook or Google or anything like that, but by being proactive and introducing yourself and your business, now they know you exist. If you're personable, if they like you, and all those things add up together, and maybe later on that week they see some scorpions or something. Hey, let's call that one guy who showed up the other day because he was super nice, and let's give him a shot. Let's see if he can get this taken care of for you. So it's the little things, and like I said, that is really just to, one, help you get past the fear of knocking on doors and rejection. And it's an easy way to say, okay, you know what, this isn't as bad as it might be, or as bad as I thought it would be. Knock on the door, be friendly, be polite, be professional and personable. Introduce yourself and tell them the name of your business and ask them if it's all right to leave a business card. And then say, all right, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Make sure you walk on the driveway and not through their grass. And especially if it's like a nice home. And you want to do all these little things, leave a really, really great impression with the potential customer. So by doing all those things, you set yourself up in a good light. And they may call you, they may not, but at least now they know who you are. And so that's one of the goals with door-to-door marketing, as well as door hangers, things like that. With door hangers, you can do the exact same thing without knocking on the door. Just go leave it on the door. You want to make it sure that it's catchy, it's eye-popping. I said it in one of the other videos. I have a friend in the area. Shout out Jason. I know you're going to watch eventually. But he left fly swatters. Very, very, original, thinking out of the box. It's something that somebody can use as well. You see a door hanger, and it might be on the door with 3 other cards and door hangers. So it's easy to get looked past or to get tossed away. But think outside the box. Go get some bottle openers. I mean, just think outside the box. And that's really the beautiful thing about marketing, is you get to be very creative and try to do different things. Maybe they work, maybe they don't. If they do, double down. If they don't, move on. And so, yeah, Jason leaves fly swatters at the door if they don't answer. Then he comes back a couple weeks later and says, hey, and what it does now, he has something to talk about with that customer. He says, hey, my name is Jason. I'm with, I won't do all his name dropping and everything like that, but he'll get over there and say, the other day I left a fly swatter. And the customer says, oh, you know what? Yeah, I did get that. Thank you for that. I've actually been using it a few times. Great. And now you have an in, they've been using it because they've seen flies. All right, you're seeing flies. Well, let me do what I can to help you get rid of those. Things like that. If you look at everything as a positive and take advantage of everything that you can have a lot of success. Slow it down. Understand, hey, all right, now, they remember my fly swatter. They have it. And funny story real quick. I went into one of my customers' homes and I found his fly swatter on the island. I said, hey, I see the fly swatter. It's a good dude. He's not better than me, so I wouldn't give him a call. Just messing with you, brother. But again, that just goes to show me that, hey, the customer is using that. They didn't just trash it. It has his company logo and his phone number. I mean, it's perfect. You know, as a customer, if you're sitting there seeing a lot of flies, I'm tired of it. Now you're using that fly swatter, you have a phone number to call. So that's a great idea. I really, really doubt that there's going to be a whole lot of people in your area that are doing that. So, you know, take it for what you will and maybe use that as something that you can do in your marketing. I'm sure it's very, very inexpensive to have those made. You know, spend a couple $100 and you're set. You know. But again, if you're going to leave door hangers, make it eye popping, make it something that the customer wants to read. You know, again, just think outside the box. You know, just to write in big red letters or something, sex, and they're going to be like, "What the hell is this?" And then look at it, and then it's just a pest control. Again, I've never done that, but it's something that would definitely catch your eye. You're like, "What is this?" And then you read it. You might think it's funny, you might not. You know, whatever the case is. Like I said, you just want to be creative with it, and you want to get the customer's attention, and so that whenever it is time to call, they've already got somebody in mind, even if it's, you know, really in the back of their head, you know, a pest control company. You know, they see a fly swatter, they see your card, or you've already introduced yourself. They see um, your truck driving by, they see a yard sign. All those little things add up, and now it's, oh, you know, it's time to call pest control company. You're the only one that's there, you know, because they've seen you over and over and over again. With that being said, yard signs. This one's going to fall into that same category as door hangers, as sponsorships. Um, you probably won't get a whole lot of phone calls from that. You know, I'm just going to tell the truth. I had some yard signs made. It was awesome to see the yard signs in the yards. I would drive around town and see my yard signs. That was a really, really cool thing to see. But I mean, chances are you're not going to get a whole lot of phone calls from that, and you got to understand that. But what it's going to do is, like I said, it's brand awareness. You have that yard sign. Look, that's one of mine right there. Oh, there it is. One of my old ones, at least. One of my first ones. I keep a lot of the first things that I have just so that I can remember what it's like in the future, remember where I started to where I'm going to be at in 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. But neither here nor there. The yard signs, again, they're going to be effective in brand awareness. You know, you don't want to go too crazy on there. You know, confidence pest control, some of the target pests, and then my phone number. I mean, you don't want to go too crazy. People aren't going to spend their entire time as they're driving trying to read the entire yard sign. So you don't want to have a whole lot. Hey, we do this, 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 this. You know, you can talk to whoever makes the yard signs, and they'll give you a good idea of what to make and what you should put on there. But you don't want it to do too much. Same thing with your truck wrap, in my opinion. You don't need to have it just doing too much. Just have it with, you know, have your number, have your website, have a few of the pests that you do. But I don't think I see some that are just doing, and they'll catch your eye, you know, for sure. But it's just not me in that aspect. So you do you. I'm just saying, keep it yard signs. Understand that, you know, take it. You know, always look at it from the customer point of view. For you, when you're driving down the street, yeah, you might look at the yard sign because it's there, but um, sorry, but chances are you're not going to sit there, read the yard sign word for word, and then say, "Oh yeah, I got to call this person." But again, if you see a yard sign, then you see the business card on your fridge because the owner came by and dropped it off, and then you have a fly swatter or a door hanger that you saw, and then you see them in your neighborhood because you know they're knocking on doors, or they've gotten some customers there in your neighborhood. Now they see their customers trust you with their pest control and with their home. You're clearly all over the place, even if it's just right there in that neighborhood. You're all over the place to them because whenever they drive into that entrance and into the neighborhood, there's a sign for your company. Again, you know your card is there in their home, maybe on the refrigerator or wherever it is. You know, but all those little things, brand awareness. It takes customers. There's all kinds of different studies. You know, some will say it takes customers 7 times, 9 times, but it takes customers 7 or 8 or 9 times before they really remember your brand. So but just by being in front of them over and over and over and over again, you're going to stay top of mind. The mind subconsciously is going to think, hey, pest control, boom, is going to go back to those images of your yard sign, of your business card, of you, the owner, whenever you get one time you introduced yourself, of your truck, all that stuff right there. And so again, they look in, they go online, they see you got some positive reviews, you know how big I am on that, and bang, you know, you're there. So all those little things, and that's kind of the traditional way, the marketing sponsorship as well. You know, you're the little league teams, all that. They're gonna see those names. They're gonna see the name on their jersey as mom and dad, or as mom, or hopefully dad too. But as mom and dad wash and fold those clothes, it's just your name right there, everywhere. So again, they're gonna think, hey, that's cool, that's pretty cool that they were sponsoring my kid. Let's give them a call. Again, you may not get a lot, and understand you probably won't get a whole lot of phone calls saying, you know, I'd love to become a customer from your yard signs and sponsorships and door hangers, but you will get those calls when all those add up together. So keep that in mind. Next thing, when it comes to marketing and keeping it super cheap, social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, if it's going to be here any longer, YouTube, different things like that. You definitely, again, you want to be on all those platforms so that everybody can see you. I've got dozens and dozens of friends that are on Instagram that don't have Facebook, and people with Facebook that don't have Instagram. You know, it's so you want to be able to get in front of all those people, because those could all be potential customers. How are you going to get in front of them if unless you do so? So social media is a great way. For me personally, it's been a great way that I've grown. Um, you can go on and see me on Facebook. I don't post nearly as much as I should. You know, I post Merry Christmas and things like that, and I have a few different posts, but I'm trying to get much better about that. I'm very blessed and fortunate though to have, every time I do post something, my family and friends, they happily share that onto their page, and boom, now you're in front of other people that you wouldn't have been in front of, that's on your friends list. You know what I'm saying? So having and talk to your family and friends. You know, say, hey, let them know if they know, and if you're a good dude and you're trying to grow your business and they understand that, they're going to help you out too. Your friends and your family, the true friends and the family, you're going to have snakes everywhere, but they do want to see you succeed. And if you're just trying to do right by everyone, then you will. You know, you do right by everyone, and everyone will do right by you. At least I hope so. But when they share your page, I've gone through, and there's going to be posts. It's like, hey, if you know, do me a favor and just go like my page, and or go to your friends list and hit invite all to all your friends, and you might only get 4 or 5 new page likes or something like that. But hey, that's 4 or 5 more that you didn't have before. It's it adds up, you know. Um, them sharing your stuff, thank them for sharing it as well, but them sharing your stuff is such a big deal. I've gotten, I mean, a lot of phone calls. I've got a lot of customers because they said, hey, I saw you on Facebook, and they're not even one of my friends. They saw me on Facebook from my people sharing that, or from my people's people sharing that. And so don't be afraid to ask. Ask your family, ask your friends, ask them to share, ask them to like and share your page. And then on social media, don't just have a picture of the generic business picture where it's just like a background color with the first letter of your company right there. Be proactive, get in there, upload pictures. You know, on social media, that's a good time to try and be funny. People aren't looking to buy pest control. And know your audience. Again, people aren't looking to buy pest control. They're not looking to buy a whole lot from social media. They're there to get away from the distractions, or they're using it as a distraction to get away from reality for a few minutes. So when you go onto Facebook, you don't want to sit there and bore them with all the super scientific stuff about bugs and and just all the stuff that, you know, technicians can nerd about. you don't want to go in there. You want to take this a little bit more lighthearted. You want to be a little bit funnier to try to to get that engagement, to get them to watch your videos, to get them to comment on your things. You want them to see that and just not scroll past it. That's your goal on Facebook and Instagram and social media platforms. So remember that when you're creating content or when you're making a post, just make it funny. Talk about a serial killer in your neighborhood, and then talk about how it's you. And then it's like, yeah, I'm killing bugs every chance I get. Funny things like that, and stuff that I'm going to use. But things like that, keep it funny, keep it lighthearted, and social media can really work. Social media can work really well for you. On that same thing, find groups. Get into neighborhood groups that you can. There's going to be some groups that are kind of difficult to get into. You got to answer a certain amount of questions. You got to do this. You might not even have the address, but find ways around that. Use a customer's address. Talk to a customer first, but definitely get into as many Facebook groups as possible, because when you're in those groups, and then try to get some customers that are in that neighborhood, so that when somebody posts, who do you guys use for pest control? And I promise you, in the spring and summertime, it's going to be posted every other day, every few days. Who do you use to get rid of these fire ants or wasp nests or anything? And by having customers already in that neighborhood that like your page already, because you've already incentivized them, you've already asked them to like it, whatever the case is. Now whenever somebody comments, they're there to comment and recommend you. Like I said before, you get 2 or 3 people recommending you, you're going to get the phone call. You get 2 or 3 people recommending you, and you're proactive and you call that person who's asking, you're going to get the sell. So things like that. Find those groups, and not only the neighborhood groups, also find the groups of that avatar that you're looking for. And I promise you, there's a group for it. Say you're looking for a certain mom group, a fitness mom group. There you go. I promise you, go onto Facebook, look up fitness moms around me. There's going to be a group around that. Maybe have your wife try to join it or something like that. It might look a little sus with you as this, as this pest control owner, especially if you might have a traditional pest control look to join that group. You might just get denied right away. But my wife is in a few of those groups, and anytime they ask, because moms trust other moms, and especially they especially trust other moms that they're in groups with, people that are very similar to them. So by my wife being in those groups and people asking, she's there to comment, and I've got other moms that are already my customers. They're there to comment. We recommend Jarrell Solis with Confidence Pest Control, and bam, you get the sell. So think about that. Find your avatar, and I guarantee you there's going to be a group on Facebook similar. Find what they have in common. Maybe there's not one specifically for you, what you have, but find the things that they like to do. And you can see it at their house. They might have a bunch of mountain bikes and outdoor gear. Okay, now you can look at outdoor people, because they're going to be in that same group as them, and you can use them. Hey, so and so uses me, and I do the pest control for their home, and you have a foot in. Name dropping is one of the best things you can do in sales. And so by having that in with people that are like-minded as them and already use you, it makes it, you're already, at least a few steps ahead of the competition. So these are all things that you can do this year, next year, whenever. You can start now, and it's all very inexpensive. The business cards, you can get like 200 business cards, 500 business cards made for like $50. Door hangers, you can go get some made. Go get 100 made. It might cost you, same thing, $50, something like that. Yard signs, I remember, I think I had 15 to 20 made. Cost me like $100. Again, you're not going to get a whole lot of return of investment on those, but I've been, seeing them around, and for me personally, seeing them around the yard or seeing them around town and yards was worth it to me. And people support my business like that, that's awesome to me. So you can do these things at a very inexpensive price to all it takes is a little bit of time, your door knocking, your time, things like that. So you can do those without breaking the bank. And then lastly, one thing that I want to talk to you about, and this is a great one, because too many people just overlook it, and it's your referral program. Have a great referral program, and that's not just asking them one time. Every single time you're at that home, you service that customer's home. If it's quarterly, you're at that home 4 times. You might be able to get a new customer every time as long as you're asking, but give them incentive. First of all, like I always say, make sure that you're doing a really great job, and that the customer is proud to recommend you, and they're happy to recommend you because they stand on business. They know that you're going to go over there and you're going to take care of their friend, their family member, the same way that you take care of your own house, as good as you've been taking care of their house. They're not going to recommend somebody who they think sucks. So be really great and create a great experience, not just a service, but create a great experience for every customer every time, because you are constantly earning their business. It's not a one-time thing. You're earning their business with every phone call, with every reservice, with every quarterly, bi-monthly, monthly service. Every interaction with that customer is an opportunity to continue to earn their business. So you want to make sure you do so every time. And if you do that and you ask for referrals and you give them an incentive to give you referrals, you'll get those referrals. For me, I do a $25 Amazon gift card. Um, and here's why. A lot of people, they'll say, yeah, if you do, for every referral, you're going to get $10 off your next service. Uh, if I'm paying $120 and I have to pay $110, it's not much of a difference. You know what I'm saying? It's not that they're really not going to notice it too much. It's 10% off, $10 off, whatever the case is. It's not going to make a big difference. If you're doing monthly billing and it's $40 a month, and then we bring it down to $30 a month, yeah, you save that $10, but they already found the value in it with $40. So it's kind of whatever to them. It's like, all right, yeah, if there's anybody I know, I'll think about it. But then when they have something tangible, something that they can hold and something that they can use, um, you're giving money back to them, but think about it on how much money you're getting in return. And some people give $50 gift cards. Don't be afraid to give things away. I mean, if they give you a referral and the initial service is $150, all right, now it's down to $100 because you gave $50 of that to the customer who gave you the referral. I suggest maybe starting with 25, but now they've got a gift card. They're like, all right, cool, and you can send it virtually. You can. Amazon has it great, so you just buy the gift card online. You send it. They get a text message. Hey, thank you for the referral. You can customize your message, and then they have that. They just add it to their. Most people have an Amazon account, so they can say, oh, okay, cool. They just add it to their account, and bam, they have $25 to buy a little something that they do need, and little things like that, and say, yeah, and I will give you $25 every single time for a referral. No limit. Give it no limit, because I promise you, $25 for a customer is nothing in the grand scheme of things. A lot of customers, whenever you get to the ads and paying pay per click and LSAs, and all those leads cost money. So whenever you can get new customers for $25, and these are legit customers that are going to stay around for a long time because they were referred by people that they trust. These customers are going to stay around. I promise you that. And it only say the average customer value, annual customer contract value is usually $500 to $600. It costs you $25 to make, let's say, $600. There's no question to it. Or even $50 to make $600. Again, there should be no question. So having a great referral program, incentivize those customers, remind those customers, post that on social media as well. All my customers, I send the link for the review, and now I try to talk to them whenever I can about the referral program, but I also send a text message about that. It doesn't have to be that same day, so you're bombarding them with information and text, but maybe a couple days later, send that text message out, and you might, and they'll say, "Hey, who do you know?" Ask them that question. That's another quick sales trip or quick sales tip. When you're at their door and you're asking, say, "Do you have anybody that you'd like to refer?" It's going to be very, very easy for them to say no. And so, as sales guys, you want to avoid yes or no questions unless you know the answer is going to be yes. You want to avoid. You want to leave it kind of open ended. Hey, who do you know that could benefit from this pest control service? Things like that. Oh, you know what? My boyfriend's sister or my niece down the road, whatever that is, they can benefit. Maybe you get to sell, maybe you don't. But by phrasing it in simple ways like that, who do you know that could benefit from our fantastic service? Paint yourself in a good light. You're doing a great job. Let it be known. Um, and those customers, oh, instead of saying, no, I don't know anybody, now they can give you one or two names. Hey, so little things like that. That's a little sales tip that you can take with you into the year. But very, very last thing before I let you go, it's getting up there in time. You know what I'm going to say. You already know what I'm going to say. Most of you have watched my videos. The easiest way to get new customers and to market, give away free things, earn a 5-star review. I'll knock the swastika down and I'll do a great job at it. If you don't mind just giving me a 5-star review, I'll take care of all these ants. It takes me 4 or 5 minutes to walk your yard and take care of the fire ants. And in turn, I get a 5-star review. It took me 4 or 5 minutes and 3 pennies, on a dollar of what in product, but and a few minutes of time. But that 5-star review, they're going to comment, they're going to leave that review. And when people are going into Google, Facebook, and they look at those reviews, he's got great reviews. Now you get those customers. So reviews on your Google business profile, that's the name of the game. Have a lot of good pictures, have a lot of reviews. And that's all I've got for today. Hopefully you find some value in what I've brought to you today, and hopefully you can use that in your business this year, next year, whenever you're starting, or if you've already started, use some of these ideas. If you have any other ideas of things that you personally do to market that's creative, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about all the other ways that you guys are getting customers. But until next time, as always, dudes, keep grinding, keep hustling, keep knocking on doors, keep growing those business, and as always, stay confident. Take care.